Oh, we are live. Oh, that's good to know. Good evening if you're joining us on the live stream, which isn't actually live, but will be uploaded onto YouTube later. But
Hello,
we are live.
Hello, YouTube.
We're live.
We're so live.
We're on live.
Ready and going.
And it has been a wonderful first day here at the Men's European Cup. That's the one.
That's
2018 here in beautiful Newcastle in the Walker Activity Dome. We are on the last game of the day, which is going to be Gothenburg Salty Seamen up against the Helsinki Coast Squads. So, Riggs, do you want to take us through the roster for Helsinki, and then I will do Gothenburg, and then we can talk about how these teams got here today.
Absolutely. So today in blue we have the Helsinki Coast Squads. So we have 0-0 Kara, 0-1-0 No, 1-1-1-1 Peltola, number 13 Pitcairn, number 14 Jabba the Hot, number 28 Luckinen, number 37 Bilbo Blockins, number 41 is Arparo Kekkonen, number 667 Kerberos, number 77 Minister of Silly Blocks, number 79 Pulp Friction, number 86 Bukaki Randolin, number 9 Rebel Resumes, and number 93 Duke.
And might I say, and I feel the need to apologise in advance, that my pronunciation will not be nearly as good as Riggs's, so I do apologise. But here is the roster for the Gothenburg Salty Seamen. You have 0-1-2-2 Block to Watson, number 1 Rajarat, 1-1 Nilf, 1-1-2 Ratchet, 1-3 Mick Yeager, number 4 Yada Yada, 5 Wrighton, 5-6-3 Sweet Jackie, 6-1 Krutson, and 9 No Modesty. And there is no modesty on this track. I mean, quite literally, no modesty.
There's a lot of skin on show.
There is a lot. Oh, the Gothenburg uniforms perfectly complement the Helsinki ones. Love a bit of pink and blue when it's not to do with the gender binary.
Absolutely. They are fabulous colours together. Just don't separate them.
So these two teams have already played one game each today. Gothenburg drew the short straw and were on the 8 a.m. game. So 12 hours later, we find them on the track. They played at Glasgow Men's Roller Derby, losing 81-293. And they are looking to avenge that now with a lead status. And that is No Modesty Blaze wearing the star, taking one of his own blockers to the ground. Love a bit of sacrificial blocking on the first jam.
I mean, that's what they're there for. So 2 points on the board there for Gothenburg in that first jam.
And Helsinki played slightly later on in the day. They played at 10 o'clock this morning. And they had a very, very close game against the Mad Riders, who squeaked a win 215-193. So Helsinki may have some tired legs out there, but they are hungry for this win.
So we've got Jada on the line for Gothenburg going up against Pitcairn for Helsinki. It's a really tight pack to start this jam. No room, but it is Jada who finds the room on that inside line to pick up lead for the Salty Seamen.
Yeah, and two really experienced jammers here, both teams, and I have seen definitely some of the Gothenburg players in yellow and blue at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup earlier on this year, including Yada Yada. And nice little hip flip there from Pitcairn, but a forearm called from the OPR, I believe, which sends him to the Sisu Mouthguard penalty box, and now we have a power jam in favour of the Salty Seamen.
That was Yada just riding out the hit of Randolin there to come through for another 5 points. Pack tight in between turns 1 and 2. Yada with 1 to beat, and it's Randolin again, forcing the recycle. Can't quite do it though. Yada able to continue on. No pass, no penalty.
Yeah, nice and calm there, just making sure those points are picked up, but does pick up 3 due to that no pass. And on your screen, you can see the Helsinki jammer coming back from the box, coming in hot, star in hand, and battling against a wall of pink. Oh, nice work there on the inside line. Very patient to complete that initial, but no time to put the points on the board.
It looked like we had a nice little dummy star pass there to set himself up for that inside line.
I mean, to be fair, every time I pass the star, I look like a dummy, so I'm just like, please help me. Please take it from me.
It'll work one way or the other. So just checking in on the scoreboard, and that's 0 on the board for Helsinki, but Gothenburg on 12.
And we have Pissed Off against Kerberos. Pissed Off wearing the pink. And there he goes. He doesn't look pissed off at all. He looks quite happy to me. Ba-dum-bum-tsh.
Kerberos bouncing around in the pack, but has picked up a penalty. Track cut. So this is a power jam now for Gothenburg.
And speaking of penalties, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. It had left the station. We just been informed, is it Pirkkonen had 6 penalties last game? So just something to keep an eye out for. I mean, some people like to get their penalties out of the way early on in the day, but it might affect how their style of play. Are they going to adapt to it, or are they going to go as usual and hope that they are playing a clean one? Anyway, something to look out for, dear viewers who are not live but watching on YouTube in a couple of hours' time.
Some excellent offense there coming in from Salty Seaman the first time round to help their jammer through, but no such luck this time as Kerberos is back out on track and keeping them busy. Oh, but we have a jammer switch, and it is now a power jam to Helsinki as Pissed Off goes to the box.
Yeah, that's a cut track picked up there. I believe when he fell, his hand might have gone out. I don't know. I'm not a referee. You lot were probably watching much, much more closely. Having a bit of a tough time in the straightaway right now, but the star pass is affected, and that is going to Upo Kukkonen of Helsinki Coast Quads.
Well, some huge hits coming in from the Salty Seaman, determined not to let Kekkonen through the pack. Looking for room on the outside, finds it one to be, rides out the hit, and through for 5.
Pissed Off coming back from the box, ping-pongs past a couple of players. Does he pick up the points? He does. Picks up 4 points on that last pass. Nice work there from the gents in pink. And here we've got an instant replay of that is the Helsinki jammer coming in, taking a couple of big hits and being forced to reset.
Some lovely follow-up hits coming in there, making sure the jammer is out.
And a pretty tight pack there, but Helsinki, oh, so close out at the front.
So
that is Duke forced to reset the straightaway, but no Modesty Blaze, not making much purchase in the meantime.
Deep in that Helsinki pack, they're just holding strong despite the offense. But this is Duke doing what we saw earlier and living up to his name. Dip, dodge, duck and dive. Duke can do it all.
And that is the first lead status for Helsinki. Unbelievably, we are only in Jam 4. It feels like we've been going for much longer, but they have been fairly long jams. We've got 7 or so minutes elapsed on the clock.
And that was called off just in time by Duke, shutting out the Salty Seaman on that.
And Helsinki on the board with 8 points now to Gothenburg's 26, having picked up 3 on that last pass.
So I'm seeing Pitcairn out for Helsinki on the line.
And I think that is yada yada there for the Gothenburg Salty Seaman. Can tell by his fetching singlet, his little pink vest.
They're obviously all the rage in Sweden this season. Really tight pack as we start this jam, but it is Yada Yada who finds a space on the outside to pick up lead. Pitcairn working hard though, spreading out these Salty Seamen, and through he goes.
What a phrase, spreading out those Salty Seamen. What a phrase.
Not one I thought I'd use, but we do like a little alliteration.
You're welcome, people of the internet. We live but to serve you. We're all about the alliteration and the puns. And the roller derby, but mostly the alliteration.
I mean, puns, alliteration, doggos. It's what we came to the roller derby for, frankly.
Speaking of people that we're all about, or things that we're all about, I'd like to give a huge shout out to our wonderful Men's European Cup officials 2018. And I will run through those for you after this jam, because they deserve their credit and their internet time as well.
So I think this is Goberos on the line for Helsinki.
And that is Pissed Off for Gothenburg, and both teams just locking down.
Beautiful blocking, just containing those jammers and forcing them into the grind.
Yeah, Gothenburg working with only 2 at the moment. So Helsinki with the pack advantage, but struggling a little bit against those seamen.
Randolin, though, playing some very simple but effective offense and setting Kerberos free for the lead.
So Pissed Off now working on those toe stops in the apex. Beautiful, nice little slide round there. Shakes off a hit to complete the initial.
And on the outside, Kerberos says, that'll do me, I'll call it there.
So let's look at some lead jam stats. That's 4 leads for Gothenburg and 1 for Helsinki.
Just as you saw there, Kerberos just coming through on the replay, picking up lead for Helsinki.
Not bad work from Helsinki though, and 11 points on the board with only 1 lead is pretty respectable. So that we're seeing some very short jams, so not many multi-scoring passes. Oh, 2 leads for Helsinki. I do apologise. It's late in the evening. I can't count.
So 93, Duke on the out for Helsinki, deep into that Salty Seaman wall and working it through. But on the inside, we have got no Modesty Blaze. But Duke is out right behind and chasing him down.
And just a little bit of conference there between the jammer refs as there was a no pass, no penalty, and therefore the Helsinki jammer was awarded lead and decided to conserve and call off the jam. And although you might not be able to hear it on the not live stream, we have people in the crowd chanting, "What do we want, Seamen? When do we want it now?" And I mean, of course, why wouldn't you want these fine gentlemen to be in your lives? It's all like that's what I can assume they're talking about.
That is exactly what they want. And Pitcairn also wants these Salty Seamen, but he wants it past them. And there he goes for lead. Pitcairn picking up his first lead of the game.
And Pitcairn, I believe, if my memory serves, is a stalwart jammer for Team Finland. Oh, and goodness me, Yada Yada in some trouble. Off to the box for a high block. Correct me if I'm wrong, my lovely Coco, our lovely producer. That might be a second high block for Yada Yada, or is it for somebody else? We're not sure, so we're going to make an educated guess and say that there was a high block at some point in this game before, but we cannot remember when it was. It is 8:10 on a Saturday evening. Please don't judge us too harshly. We're only human.
We did start at 8 a.m. this morning, the 12-hour shift of roller derby right here at the MEC.
Yep, and we are now seeing a power start for Helsinki, and that is Kerberos wearing the star in the blue.
And his very distinctive gloves as well, which we had a lot of fun with in the bingo earlier. But
Gothenburg making a statement in this power jam, really doing some nice work, reforming in pairs and then into a more solid wall, which is working very nicely at the moment to cover all this track.
Really shrugging off the offense that's coming in from the Coast Quads at this point.
And Yada Yada returning from the box. No lead established yet, so lead is still open. If Yada Yada can get past these Helsinki Coast Quads. Oh my goodness, there goes the Helsinki jammer. Oh, he is out in front for lead. After almost a minute, 50 seconds.
So Yada Yada now out of the pack. But Kerberos is in and looking for points. Switches the hits on the outside line. Grabs a 1 cheeky point there and calls a jam.
And just quickly, as promised, I'm going to take you through the officials for this game. So, wonderful NSOs, non-skating officials. We have Dorian Gray, Goria Estefan, Nurgle, Joker, Miss Fury, Manu Roselle, Bomb Weasley, Hannah, Misty Moan, Stagasaurus, Stixon Sona, and Napur and Hanu. And our wonderful skating officials, we have Batmax, Fair Enough, Daniel Rerio, Victoria Velociraptor, Judge Red, Caps Lock, Holly, and Mercy Biku is our alt. And it's wonderful to see so many women on the ref crew today as well, really representing the best of European roller derby officials.
So we have Pissed Off out for Salty Seaman. His lead tempts the apex jump, doesn't make it. Duke is closing behind him, so Pissed Off calls it from the floor. And nobody gets the points.
Oh, we're going to see a bit of an instant replay on that.
Here he comes. Pissed Off makes the jump, but it is number 9, I believe, Rebel, who shuts down that apex jump.
And very nicely done indeed.
So we have Pitcairn back out for Helsinki going up against Modesty, No Modesty Blaze, but No Modesty has picked up lead, but Pitcairn only a quarter of a track behind.
No Modesty Blaze just swooping round with this magnificent ponytail. And not sure there are any points going to be awarded there. We'll see on the replay.
Our refs are just conferring to confirm the score.
Yep, so No Modesty was lead there. Sorry, I think I might have said something wrong at that point, which is entirely possible. It happens more often than you'd expect. I'm not ashamed. So the score is still really, really low. With almost a quarter of the game clock elapsed, and it's 29-16 in favour of Gothenburg. But quite a conservative game so far. We're not seeing any huge, flying hits, except those that take place kind of maybe by accident on the apex. We're seeing some quite classic wall setups, your tripods or your four walls if you're locking down. So not necessarily a huge amount of specifically innovative strategy going on, but maybe it's not needed right now. It's just play classic derby, low and slow.
Textbook hit it and quit it jams we're seeing here, but we do have Yada Yada out with lead for Gothenburg.
Comes flying into a Helsinki wall, takes a bit of a knee in the middle.
Kerberos still battling with the Salty Seaman, and we are on the exit of turn 2 now. And Kerberos with the star stash and grinding away against that braced tripod of the Gothenburg.
Yada Yada, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there, go on.
No, carry on. Yada Yada was on the inside line, was he not?
Yeah, I was going to say he was using all the lines. He's coming around, and you'll see him coming around on your screen in a minute. He looks a wee bit tired, God love him. It's been a long day. They've been up for so many hours. 12-hour gap between the start of this game and the start of their first game. So they're really putting in the work. And there he goes with another Grand Slam. One of the last Grand Slams we'll see in this dome. With the death of the Jammer lap point come the rule change in December. A moment's silence. And now we're done.
Yada Yada, though, although slow, making a very steady progress through the pack time and time again and putting up some big points here for Gothenburg.
And I wonder if this is a tactical thing for Yada Yada, because I know he can put the speed on, but each team, I believe, I may be wrong, they might have another game tomorrow. We'll have a look. Maybe they don't. No, they don't have another game tomorrow. But maybe they're just tired. Which is, to be fair, I mean, I'm tired, and all I've done today is talk about roller derby. I've not actually played the game.
Absolutely agree.
So let me be clear, I'm not throwing any shade at Yada Yada for going slowly. I fully understand his emotional state right now.
You gotta pace yourself. You gotta pace yourself for these things. We still have 13 minutes left on this period clock, and apparently they're going to do it all again for another half. And
I believe that was the biggest jam of the game so far, with 19 points on the board there for Gothenburg, courtesy of Yada Yada and his team of blockers.
So we go back to the jammer pairing of Pissed Off versus Duke. Both locked into the walls, but it is Pissed Off who finds space on the inside line to pick up lead. Duke, though, holding on somehow, staying upright and inbounds on those toe stops. One more hit and another follow-up, but Duke holds on.
Oh, and it was a shame. I don't think we caught that on the screen, but there was some beautiful spinning work there from Duke. Absolutely beautiful. I can't even do that on feet. So 2 points picked up there. Gothenburg taking to an even 50. Helsinki holding at 16. And we have 13 minutes left in the first half.
So Pitcairn taking the line for Helsinki.
And I can't see. It's number one through number one. It's No Modesty Blaze for Gothenburg. Nice laterals to the out. Taken it to the outfield very briefly, forced to reset. And now the infield. Oh, and that's a no pass being called on No Modesty Blaze. So no lead yet established. Pitcairn with lead still open.
And Gothenburg doing a great job of containing Pitcairn, still not out of turn 2 at the moment. Helsinki, though, ready themselves for the incoming No Modesty Blaze.
And we're seeing quite a few penalties called there. Multiplayer going to a Gothenburg player. A forearm now. Also going to a Gothenburg blocker.
So we've got a 3-on-2 pack advantage.
Oh,
right
now 3-on-1 because we've got another
Oh.
Gothenburg blocker going off. So we've just got the pivot active on track. That's 2-2-1 block to Watson.
This is the problem when Sisu sponsors the penalty box. Everybody wants to sit down.
Fun fact for you, block to Watson. The pivot you can see on the screen there is the brother of Caps Lock, who's the OPR ref for this game. So runs in the family, quite literally. Rules in the family.
Pitcairn through for another 4 points.
Pitcairn coming round, block to Watson, does pick up 4 points there. And Helsinki really being able to take advantage of this blocker deficit right now. As I say that, Pitcairn takes a wee step to the inside, is reset.
And that was Bilbo Blockins just taking out No Modesty Blaze on the entrance to turn 2 there, forcing the recycle now.
And here we go on that replay.
So we're just having a team timeout now for Gothenburg.
And in our timeout, we would like to thank our sponsors for this weekend who have helped to put this together. So a huge, massive thank you to Roller Derby City, who, I mean, I'm sure anyone who's listening knows who Roller Derby City are. They are Derby owned and operated. They produce the most wonderful team uniforms, apparel, and team merchandise. And they ship worldwide. You can check them out at rollerderbycity.com. We are so grateful to them for kitting out our officials and our volunteer crew in the wonderful yellow shirts and black shirts that you can see on your screen. We'd also like to give some massive love to Sisu Mouthguards, who are sponsoring our penalty box this weekend, and it is seeing considerable action. And last but by no means least, a huge, huge amount of love to Tyne & Fear, in particular for making so much happen this weekend for MEC. It takes a village, and they rise to the occasion as they always do, with just humor and wonderful hospitality and the best accents this side of the M1.
So Helsinki joining the world of Victorian and fielding 2 jammers at the start of the jam and then removing one.
Oh, they think they're so clever, don't they? Ooh, well, let's put 2 jammers out. Well, it doesn't fool Yada Yada, who is out for lead for Gothenburg, but not far behind, admittedly, is the Helsinki jammer. That is number, we cannot quite see at the moment.
It's Urpo Kekkonen, I believe, number 41 was out there for Helsinki.
We've not seen him jam that much this game, so nice little shake up in the rotation there from Helsinki. Here's that instant replay.
And so this is Urpo Kekkonen coming through the pack on the outside line, just hopping and jumping through those salty seamen. So Duke back on the line for Helsinki, and I do believe that's Pissed Off is going up against.
That is Pissed Off. Is he pissed off? We'll establish that when Lee's been established.
Maybe now after Rebel takes him back past the jam line, but no, it creates an opportunity, opens up the inside line, and through goes Pissed Off for Lee, but Duke is also through and has put the burners on, chasing him down.
Oh, goodness me, what a beautiful jump, and does pick up 4 points. I really enjoy, although you can't see it, the Helsinki mirror bench also put up 4 fingers. Just be like, he got those, Yes?
Quite obviously, this lovely replay will be of this storming apex jump. Did you see the height of that? I didn't have words, I just had noises for such things.
Sometimes noises are all you can give.
So Pitcairn going up against No Modesty Blaze.
And look, in that last jam, Helsinki outscored Gothenburg 4-1. And I think that's one of the first times that's happened. The score now at 65-31, quite a different story than it was a few jams ago.
And I believe this is Pitcannon's first lead jam, correct me if I'm wrong.
Quite possibly, and he has put in his speed to considerable use. Oh goodness, everyone's falling over in turns 3 and 4.
Landed that apex jump, but did seem to make some contact on landing, but I think everything's okay.
And
It's all
No
okay.
Modesty Blaze also matching the 4 points though, so no actual kind of differential there. Gothenburg Salty Seaman currently sitting on 69 points. You're welcome, people at home. For those of you who enjoy those kind of facts. Oh, now it's 70. Oh, it's ruined now.
No.
Oh, but for a brief moment on the screen, it was 69 to the Seaman.
So Yada Yada is on the line. And this is a power start as Pitcannon is in the penalty box. So Yada Yada taking his time, picking his way through the inside line to collect a lead.
I can only speculate what that penalty was for because I was too busy being excited about the apex jump. But I imagine there was some kind of low block or something there from Pitcannon because it happened at the very end of the jams. There might have been an impact there that we could not see.
I do believe it was the landed apex jump right at the end. Just caught some skates and took a Salty Seaman down.
Bit of a revolving door in the Sisu Mount Guard penalty box right now. We've got one Helsinki blocker taking a seat, one Gothenburg blocker just returning, but one still sitting. In the meantime, Pitcannon out on the initial. Yada Yada comes through, picks up points, and calls the jam.
So a little bit of a different matchup this time. We see Kerberos going up against Pistoff.
Yeah, I think we saw this earlier on in the game, way back in kind of jam 1 or 2. But we are now in jam 18. We have 6.5 minutes on the period clock. And some nice toe-stop work from Pistoff to get us started in jam 19. Sorry.
Kerberos just looking for a little help from his friends to break up that Salty Seaman wall. It's not happening. They are shutting down in between turns 1 and 2. Helsinki, though, doing a great job of containing Pistoff on this scoring pass.
Some out-of-play penalties being whistled now. 1 apiece for Helsinki and Gothenburg. Amazing multitasking there by our wonderful skating officials in the middle of the track, calling the out-of-plays, keeping an eye on the jammers and the back definition. They just do such marvelous things. I can see one thing at a time. Like I can focus on one thing.
These stripy folks, they have eyes everywhere.
Well, that would be strange if they did, wouldn't it? Maybe that's their secret invisible eyes. I'm very tired.
The helmet for.
Oh, I'm too tired to imagine referees with multiple eyes now, like some kind of weird Greek mythological creature. Speaking of which, Duke and No Modesty Blaze being absolutely monstrous on the track right now, really showing their speed and strength. Oh, but a cut track hold on No Modesty Blaze.
So, and I'm not sure Duke's the man you want to give a power jam to, because he's through the pack now and will be looking for points.
And it was a no pass called on Duke, however, so this will be a 2-minute jam. Oh, beautiful, clean apex jump there from Duke. So nice and smooth.
Gothenburg now back up to 3 blockers on the track, but Helsinki have goated one, making life a little easier for Duke as he does just dip and dive around the outside.
Yeah, Duke really hitting his stride now. He can do so much with speed and space, and he's a great asset to have on a power jam. Nice offense off it up there by Bilbo Blockins. And now Modesty Blaze re-entering track. Oh, with a big hit in that Helsinki wall, star in hand. He reminds me quite a lot of Optimus Grime from Glasgow Men's Roller Derby, and it's not just the hair and the tights.
Okay.
It is the
It's a very upright jamming style, isn't it?
very upright jamming style, very upper body strength and power, and also precision coming from No Modesty Blaze there.
Now, this isn't something we've seen much today. Duke getting caught in the sad place, but...
but a little bit of a fake out there. Tries to call the jam, looks sad, went through that inside line without being touched. That was cheeky and wonderful.
Got to take advantage of these moments when they present themselves, and Duke knows exactly how to do that.
No Odyssey Blaze now being held by a tripod in turn 1.
Driven off to the outside. But Bilbo Blockings picking up a direction call there, I believe.
And on that replay, we're going to see this lovely Helsinki apex jump. Here he goes. Oh, just gorgeous.
Makes it look so simple.
I know, it's so unfair. How dare he show the sport which he practices day in, day out to get good at. How dare he?
You know, that's that word, isn't it? Practice. I think I've stumbled across the secret.
Practice. Sounds like a lot of effort. That was a 17-point jam in favor of Helsinki, and now we head into jam 21 with just under 3 minutes on the period clock. Yada yada through the pack, but nice eyes. No pass, no penalty. So not lead. Lead still open for Pitkänen of Helsinki. Oh, yada yada. Ninja-like on that inside turn.
Pitkänen, though, really struggling. It's a great two-wall just holding on to him. But obviously, the moment I said that, Helsinki offering up some offense. But back in the back of that tripod now, Gothenburg able to contain and control Pitkänen really well.
Oh, my goodness. Some incredible, innovative blocking there going on from number 4-1 of Helsinki. That was Urpo Kekkonen, who was blocking with one hand on the floor, which is legal. You are allowed to have one hand down. It's not fun. Yeah, you can see this on your replay here. There we go. And he just edges yada yada into that wall so nicely.
Watching all these jammers pop their one hand down and carry on, isn't it? It's like, I can do that too.
It's definitely become, I think, a tactic, not just a get out or a save yourself moment. It's actually become a tactic which jammers are training now, and the smaller blockers are using it too. To really establish that low position. But you see a lot of jammers using that one hand down rule to their advantage. And it's making it just never ceases to amaze me how exciting and innovative this game can be, and just to be reminded that it's still in so many ways in its infancy and has so much potential yet for development. I mean, that said, it's still fundamentally just going really fast on roller skates and hitting people, but that's kind of the simplistic beauty of it.
I mean, don't forget the jumping. We all
the jumping
as well.
Seeing a lovely shot of our crowd there, and we're seeing Battered Sausage, one of our house announcers, just interviewing one of our dogs.
As we mentioned, Dogs of Derby.
Such a good boy or a good girl.
Very good, very popular at MEC this weekend, the Men's European Cup. Bring your doggo to Derby Day.
And this is the wonderful thing about the Dome, of course, is that it is a dog-friendly venue, and I'm really sad that this won't happen in the Dome again. It is the last MEC being held in the Walker Activity Dome.
My first. The Walker Activity Dome's last.
Yeah, and it's just such a great venue. I was here for the European Euroclash. Sorry, not European Continental Cup. That was Telford. That's a different place. But yeah, here for Euroclash back in May, and just such a fantastic venue to showcase the best of roller derby from around Europe.
So Kerberos going up against Pistov, and we had a very slow start there, and both jammers were going backwards, some voluntarily, some not so. But we do have Kerberos being taken all the way back to the exit of turn 4, while Pistov stretching out the pack, dancing on that inside line, looking for the space, couldn't stay in bounds though. Takes the recycle.
Oh dear, and we have number 667 going to the box for a penalty. I'm not sure what it was. He looked very disappointed in himself. Nice work there from Pistov. Oh, huge take up there from Bacano. Randallin.
We've seen Randallin do that a few times today. Last line of defense, and he makes those hits count.
Took about 50 seconds for that lead to be established by Pistov, though, so a real credit to Helsinki there dealing with that chaos nicely.
So some offensive support coming in here for Pistov, but the Helsinki blockers up to it, but Pistov is dancing around and doing some great lateral work, shrugging them off one by one, but it's a lovely hit coming in right at the end to force the recycle, and it is Randallin taking Pistov back.
And no points on the board as of yet this jam. We have now had a star pass to number 3-7. That's Bilbo Blockins of the Helsinki Coast Squads.
And yet again, Randolin taking Bistov off, and Bistov says that'll do. I'll call it there.
And on your replay, you're seeing the big hit on the Gothenburg jammer. Pissed off. Here that hit comes in. Oh, beautiful, clean hit.
We do enjoy Randolin's work.
What I really enjoy, actually, about a lot of the players this weekend, and I must say, I'm being a little bit salty here, going with the theme. The vast majority of players this weekend managed to lay these big hits at precisely the right time and for a purpose, like for a strategic purpose. And I'm always really pleased to see players choosing to do that in Derby, not throwing the big hits because they can, but because it's for a strategic purpose for their team. And that's all I'm going to say about that. We're having a lovely shot of our skating officials in the middle there. And as I said, we've got a lot of women on the crew for this particular game. We've mixed up crews from the 6 previous games to put them on this late one, and we appreciate them all so very much. We are in an official review. Ooh.
I do believe we've had 2 referees today hit the 400 game mark.
No way. Do you know who those referees are?
I do believe it was McFarlane in one of the other games. And I want to say Righteous somebody. I can't.
Oh, what? Righteous Oxide?
That is exactly the person I was thinking of. Both of those hitting 400 games.
That does not surprise me in the least. They are absolute stalwarts of the game, and we could not do it without them. I do happen to know that Danny Ario, who is currently the jam ref for Helsinki, at this particular game is their 100th game. So what a lovely game to hit the century on.
So that's 3 referees covering 900 games.
That's
a lot of roller derby.
It's seriously impressive, and we are going to get the results of that official review for you from those wonderful officials. Helsinki were requesting a forearm on the Gothenburg jammer for using forearms to pass the blue blocker twice during the jam. However, the officials have determined that all observed actions were legal, so therefore that official review is not retained. However, we only have this last jam left. Period clock is expired, so we're on jam time only. And there goes No Modesty Blaze picking up lead for the Salty Seaman.
Duke had attempted the apex jump but didn't quite manage to land it. Had to recycle, giving the opportunity to No Modesty Blaze to pick up lead. Duke now out of the pack though, coming round. But No Modesty Blaze has his points. Calls the jam.
And with that last jam, Gothenburg do break the century mark. And it's almost an exact half score. They're not quite doing that for me, but it's 103-52 in favour of Gothenburg at half time. Well, you're not even with us on the stream. You're watching this on YouTube later, so you can fast forward to halftime. But if we were live, I would say we'll see you back here shortly in about 14 and a half minutes.
Sounds good to me.